Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity. I am your host, Renovate. Today, guys, is episode number 22, and we're going to get into some quantum ring setups today. We're going to try to move some stuff out of our base to somewhere else, and then be able to link back to it. So, hopefully, you enjoy this. You're enjoying the series, and hope you enjoy this episode. If you do, click that like button. Always hit that subscribe button if you're new, and leave some comments and some suggestions or whatever you want to do. But yeah, guys, let's get started. So I've gotten a couple people ask me about our setup on our reactor because back in episode number 20, when we built it, I actually didn't show you us building it. I showed you what parts were involved in it, and then we just cut and it was already built. So basically, this is an 11 by 11 reactor. It's 4 blocks tall. Actually, it's 5 blocks tall. 3 in the core. And then we have a 3x3 setup for the reactor control rods and the fuel rods underneath. On the corners, the reason it's 11 by 11 is because it makes nice little quadrants of 3x3s. So inside you got 9 by 9. So on the corners you're going to set up with some glass like this, and glass and glass and glass. Now there is another setup that you can do like this that can be a little bit more efficient. If you pop it out and make this a 13 by 13, this last row here, you still have the rows of cryothium, but the last row would be inderium. So that's another way of setting this up. So that is our setup. So you have a 3 by 3 by 3 tall, 4 sections, and it's surrounding all the rods. So it keeps the rods nice and cool. So that's how we got that set up. And the other thing that I did, when you convert this over to, basically this is a feeder reactor for the turbine. Our turbine's going, this is its happy medium that it's found. It's pretty much stayed right here this whole time. And we got 100% on our rotors. So when we're producing 28,059 RF a tick. Now, efficiency wise, if we're at 28,059 per tick and we're only using half an ingot per tick, you can probably figure that out. It's close to like 57,000 RF per ingot. So you can see how efficient that is. Now we can change the efficiency of this right here by inserting the rods up here deeper than what we have them. So right now they're set at 70%, and the way you do that, you just click up and down and insert the rods. All these are set to 70%. If I made them at 80%, then this number would change, of course, right here. Why is it not ejecting this cyanide? I'll have to figure that out. It should be ejecting it, unless this is full. This isn't full. It should be in this one. That's interesting. So yeah, it should be ejecting the cyanide out the other one, but it's not. So anyways, but if this thing gets filled up, and I think we should be fine because this says there's just a little bit of depleted. But if this thing gets backed up, your depletion right here will start turning blue. But it is pulling out because I see it right there, so it's good. So that's our setup. I'm sorry I didn't go through it in episode number 20, but that's how we got it. So we're actually in the process of making some more of these turbines, believe it or not. But today, guys, I want to work on applied energistics. I want to get into the quantum rings. And this is a little building I just built. I've been looking for a block that I haven't used ever. And I found this one, and it's called large paved stone bricks. And it's actually pretty simple to make. Let's just type in large paved, and they're right there up the corner. And it's just stone bricks and stone slabs, and it creates these large bricks. And I love the look. It's nice and clean, but yet it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like a comical look. I don't know. It's just, I like it. It's cool. And then our roof is just our laboratory blocks. But the way this is going to work, we'll have a test rack sitting in the middle here. We're going to have a big ring of the controllers from ME, or from Applied Energistics. And then on each side we're going to have quantum rings, and this is going to be basically our quantum ring hub. So we'll be able to send stuff out and about. So I think when we calculate it, we'll have the ability to do 12 in there, I think. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Today we're just going to be doing the quantum rings, which is not that hard. So hopefully you guys enjoy this part of it. We've also, Link has set up, and I hope this is the right one. Let's go check. Yeah, this is Last Millennium. Watch Link's video. It's really cool, but this is a Wither Killer automated machine, and it is right here, and it's freaking dark as heck. But basically what happens, this has got a unbreakable cleaver in this autonomous activator, or I can't see what he's got killing it. Yeah, it's an autonomous activator. You can see it down there. And it is just killing the wither skeletons and getting the skulls. Now, we've gotten a crap load of skulls. Of course, he's got this chunk loaded, so I can't get to it. And then what happens is the wither pops out. He falls into this pit here. He goes over here into this warded glass or runic glass area, and this is a draconic grinder that we got set up, and he dies, which is excellent. And then all of his all the nether stars get pulled out. They go into this chest, and then you can see they go back to base. So if we go back to base, we'll be able to see how many we have in storage. Let's click on the book. Well, what's going on? Oh, that's not cool. Alright, so I was able to get back to base thanks to Samsol. And let's check in here and see how many nether stars we have. Let's type in nether. So we have 107 nether stars. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We just got another one in there, which is 108. Okay, so what I'm going to do today, guys, is called a quantum ring. And it allows you to pretty much move your ME system from one location to another. So you can move it across dimensions. You can move it a long distance in the same dimension. So it just acts as kind of like a wireless way of doing stuff. I already started making some of the stuff. Hopefully we have some of the resources available. I was trying to record this yesterday, but we didn't have any resources left in the machine. So hopefully we're good now. So let's check. Let's go to Applied Energistics. The items that we're going to need are called these ME quantum rings. These are set up like, if you look on the crafting table here, you put the quantum rings around the outside, and in the center you put this quantum link chamber, and inside the quantum link chamber you can end up putting these things called a singularity. We've already made the singularities, and I'll show you how we made that. But first, let's see if we can go ahead and craft some of these. Actually, we already have some of these made, so let me see how many we have made first. Let's type in ring, and I only have one, so that's cool. So we need to make a bunch of these, actually. So let's see how many we can actually craft. So there's 8. That's going to be for the first one. And then you put one of these, which we have. Let's type in link chamber. Let's just do link chamber. So we do have 2 already. So here's the setup for one of them. So let's go ahead and see what we need to do to make the rest. And I think it's just energy storage. Let's see if we got enough to make. We need to make, that's the dumb thing about the new update for this, is the wrench is required for all of the items made in this Applied Energistics. Hold on, guys, I about fell out of my chair. So I need to make some Fluix dust. So let's make some Fluix dust. And how much do we need? We're gonna need a bunch. Crap, and I don't think we only had 23, so let's go ahead and make 20 of those. The other thing we're gonna need to make is a let's see what we're gonna need to make. Let me go ahead and show you how we made the singularity real quick, and we're actually going to break those up. If we go down here, I had set up over here on the side a matter condenser, and basically you put a storage cell in there, and you get you can pick what you want to do. You can pick to trash can stuff. You can make matter balls, all kinds of cool things. So we wanted singularity, so we've already made a bunch of these. I actually already made like 20 of them, and I forgot to turn it off, so I'll turn it off in a little bit. So we have something like 30 of them now. So let's throw those in there. In order to make a singularity, let's see if we can find that on here. There's in singularity. You drop one singularity and an ender dust and cause an explosion with a range of the items. So what we need to do is get some ender dust. So let's get some ender dust. Do we have any ender dust? We have Enderium Blend, Ender Pearl Dust. I'm guessing that's what it's asking for. Is there such thing as just Ender Dust? Let's look. Ender Dust. Ender. That's weird. It doesn't show up if you just type in Ender. So let's go up here. I don't see anything on this page. Let's go around, and I don't see anything in there. And then I see Enderium Blend, and I see this Ender Pearl Dust. So that must be what they're talking about. So let's take this. Let's take 2 of those. And then as far as an explosion, I'd like to do a tiny one. So let's look at the TNT. Let's see if they got the tiny TNTs. They do. Cool. So it's just gunpowder and that. So that's what we need. We don't have any Service Quartz dust either. This is what I ran into last night, guys. I couldn't get anything. I couldn't get anything made. So let's do this. Let's make like 40 of those. Let's get those crafted. And what you do is you just drop these in there, and you drop one of them in there, and it splits it in 2, and those 2 pieces end up being entangled, which means they're made to talk to each other and only each other. They won't talk to any other singularities. So let's see if we can go back to making some of these energy cells. Let's go back to Applied Energistics and Energy Cell. Let's see if we can make these. We need 1, 2. There's 6. Can we make 2 more? Yes, we can. Good. So there's 2. Okay, let's put all these back in there. Let's put the wrench back in there. And then we need to go back up here and make the rest of these. Let's see if we got enough to make them all. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we ran out. So we need to make some more logic presses. So let's go to logic. Let's craft these. Let's just do 20 of those. Hopefully we got enough to do that. So let me get those made up, and let's see if we got enough stuff to make the dynamite real quick now. Let's go back to TNT. We'll go do this away from base so we don't blow up anything. Whoops, forgot to click the question mark. Boop, there we go. Tiny TNT. Let's bring 2 of those actually. And then let's make a lever. Let's see if we got one already in here. We do, we got a bunch of them. Cool. Alright, so we need 2 of those. And let's go ahead and go do this while that other stuff is making or being made. Let's do it out here in the desert. And right here is probably gonna be fine. So let's dig a hole. Let's go down like this. And let's put these in here. Oh, did I didn't bring the singularities? I didn't bring the singularities. Man, that's a dumb mistake. Let's go back and grab it. I've also been working on bees, guys. I'm not far enough for me to make an episode on it yet. I want to get to a certain position or a certain spot in bees so you guys can enjoy it. Right now I'm just trying to get through the progression of the first starting couple bees, and then we'll get into the more industrial ones and the ones that produce stuff. So let's type in singularity. We just need 2 of them for right now. Let's do that. Actually, let's just jump through the portal. It's right out here instead of flying away back. So let's do this. Alright, let's put the dynamite down there. Like so. And then let's put the switch right beside it. And then let's put a singularity and a piece of dust down there and flick the switch. And that should turn it into 2 little ones. There we go. And it did not work. So we got them back. Crap. So let's try again. So let's do this. Alright guys, we are back and figured out what the issue was. Link is actually on right now. He's up there with his camera head.
Hello.
There are 2 types of ender pearl dust. There's an ender pearl powder, even though the NEI says use the dust. The dust is actually part of the, if I type in ender pearl, right here, this is actually part of the portal gun mod. It's not part of Ender.io, so we got to make the powder. So that was the confusion. So we'll put this piece of TNT right there. Put obsidian down so it doesn't blow up. And we're going to put one of those and one of these beside it. Click the switch. And it goes boom, and it splits them up, and now we have a pair of quantum entangled singularities, which is cool, because that's what we need to link the two together. And I'm just going to cover this up, and then we'll use this in the future again. All right, guys.
I gotta renovate.
Yep.
I gotta renovate here. Whoop, whoop.
I'm back. It's been like 2 days, I think, since that last segment I did. But anyways,
Because he's a slacker.
I'm a slacker. So we got these quantum rings created, and we have the quantum link chambers created. And the only thing that we need now, which I think is in my bag, are the singularities, which they are not in my bag. So they must be in the ME system. Let's check it.
He's so organized like me.
Uh-oh. Oh, they are in my inventory. I just didn't see them. They're blue. For some reason, I thought they were silver when you blew them up. So in between segments, it was Easter. So that can tell you how many days it was. Link went ahead and made a second turbine. So we are now producing 28,000 on that one. And
the other one was the exact double.
And we're hovering around a half an ingot, 4/10 of an ingot to a half an ingot. So you can pretty much, this is 28,000. So we're producing 56,000 RF per half an ingot. That's ridiculous. So really we're producing 100,000 RF.
And we're not even using all the power.
Do what?
We're not even using all the power.
I don't even think we're using it. So I got this building finished. Whoa, big lag spike. I got this building finished, and this is how the setup's going to be. I explained this in the last segment. We're going to have the energy source in the middle, and then the next couple blocks. I don't have any blocks on me because I'm actually clean in my inventory. It'll be these three here, and then because they can't touch, the most you can have is 7 or 8. I mean, and then you've got to do something funky to get the other ones to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up this singularity.
And peeps, I'll have a link to his video when it's up, if y'all want to check out what he's talking about.
Yeah, so pretty much this is going to be the hub of everything, right? So in order to get whatever's in these channels...
This is going to be the hub of everything. So what happens if somebody blows this place up? We're screwed.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Unless I ward it all, then we'll be okay.
Yeah, but if it's claimed and nobody can touch it.
True.
True.
Unless they're your friend.
So what we need to do, which I forgot, is to grab a couple of these dense cables that we already have. So let's see what dense cables we have. So we have a green one and a lime one. What do we have down there? We have... Is that green and yellow?
I don't know.
Let me go down there and look. There we go. So this is lime, and that is green. And you took your green where?
To Thumbcraft.
Thumbcraft. Okay, so we need green and blue. And man. Alright, here we go. So we went ahead and made some of these energy acceptors, which before the update, I'm showing on NEI, this was just a ridiculous recipe, but now it's as simple as making toast.
Yep.
So what we need to do is, since this is going to be our main hub, we need a way of telling our system what we want it to do. One way of doing that is by telling it that we want to use one individual channel. And the way that you do that is by taking, let's put all these on here real quick. So we have a red channel over there, and we have a green channel over there, or that's lime, We have a green channel,
Okay.
and we have a blue channel.
Did you really make all these colors?
I did.
You missing?
And so on those, you need to hook a P2P.
Missing 3.
There you go. And then on this, what? Hold on, I got it. Oh, I'm literally dying.
Yes, I told you.
How many do I have to eat?
Everyone you eat reduces it.
All right, we got the hunger thing situated.
For now.
For now, yeah.
So
So like I said, we need to hook this up to this. This is basically going to be our power network, okay? And what we need to do is we need to hook... Oh, can you bring me some cable anchors?
Just regular cable anchors.
Yeah, or does this thing reach from over here?
It reach all the way over there. Remember when I told you it's not centered, so it's like cattywonkers?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, you got some? Okay, cool. So we're going to tell... It won't work on this one. It's not going to touch, but it will touch on this one. So we need to put a cable anchor here.
Don't touch me inappropriately.
Right there.
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I do. And right there. And we're basically going to pull this system up like this and over and then down onto this, okay? So what this is doing, it's sending all of these channels. Now if we end up getting more, we can add more. But it's sending all these channels into this black channel. And this black channel is the only one that's going into the quantum ring. Alright?
Okay.
Alright.
Word.
So what we need to do now is go way over here. And we're going to tear up some stuff in the basement now.
Oh my god, no. I just cleaned up the basement.
Alright, so we got this working.
Yeah.
I'll explain what's going on here because there was some confusion about what's going on here. We are designating the black system as not only data but power. But the individual networks, the blue, the green, the lime, and the red are all on their own network. So all they're doing is transferring what data is on that network. So those P2Ps get hooked up to the black network. So our network is kind of, the black is kind of like the highway. And all these side streets are coming onto the highway. And we're sending the highway into the quantum ring. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And on the back side of the quantum ring, which I'll show in a minute, but you're going to need these memory cards, like I showed, I think I showed that once before. But you basically shift-click on the one end of the P2P, and you go to the other end and right-click on it. So I've already shift-clicked on the other one. This dark green one is Link's Thaumcraft area. So this should show some channels when I click on this. Give it a couple seconds.
30 minutes later.
Later.
It shouldn't take that long.
It took a while. And there's bam, 18 of 32 channels.
Okay, so
So-
more than halfway
Yep.
using the channels.
Yep. So let's go back over to our base, and I'll show everybody what we did over here.
For now, until we move it and clean it up and make it look pretty.
Yeah.
I mean, it
So-
looks pretty neat right now.
This is
but
okay. This works fine where it's at right now, except most of our stuff is not here. It's more like up there. So we might do something, but for right now, this is underneath. So the quantum ring is coming in. It's powered from below, an energy acceptor. This is the highway that's coming in. All right, it's got everything coming through it, and then we're going to branch off on all the side streets again. So here's the P2P tunnel for the Lime network. Okay. And then you have to continue it with the same color. So the black is power and data. Link was looking at this and he's like, well, how is the lime green one getting power if it doesn't have a quartz cable? Well, it's because we designated the black. The black doesn't have a P2P. The black is the main everything, utilities, everything. So the green line is on the green. This long one right here is the blue one, and all our blue network was over here in the crafting area. So that one's all hooked up. And then this long line here, that stretches all the way over to his Thaumcraft area, which is about 90 blocks, I think, after I put down a stack and a half, I think. And so the only other network we had was red, and the only thing that was on red was our security device, but we just put that on to the main power over at the hub. So now we can clean this up a little bit. But yeah, that's basically how this bad boy works.
We just gotta hook up these things up here.
What things?
The chest from the Ender, the chest for the reactor, and the storage bus for the drawer controller.
Okay, we can bring that down. Oh yeah, I didn't show the people that. Let me show you that before we end this episode.
I've been cleaning base peeps.
Yep, so I think last episode or last segment when we were in this room, there's a gigantic hole in the corner. There's a gigantic hole over here in the floor. And Link has brought all the IC2 machines up here. The Ignis Extruder and the Magma Crucible, which I think is making lava. Oh, it's actually making
lava and obsidian. So the lava's getting sent down to the Tinker Smeltery that's about right here on the ground.
Yep. The carpenters are making the circuit boards, the two different kinds. This one over here is for redstone. Not quite sure if that's just for making the pipes, I think.
Pipes and flux
Something.
Yeah, the stuff you need for the Draconic Waving core or whatever.
Oh, gotcha. And then he's been making the fluid that we need for the cores. And it's got a real weird ingot. I think it's called like fairy something ingot or...
Yeah.
So you mix a bunch of these fluids together in here. And then it comes out with this really cool looking ingot. And here's the primal mana, which I think we dumped this over top of one of the cores. Correct? Yep. And that gives us a draconic core, I believe.
You also dump this on top of the mana dust, which gives you that cool looking flux mana stuff that's needed for some of the draconic stuff.
So yeah, and this room is nice and clean. He set up some books over here that take you to the different places. And then underneath, it's still pretty clean up down here. It looks kind of nice.
Thank you. I try.
We still have this over here, which is probably produced. We need to disconnect this because we're never going to have that many. There's already like 50 singularities in the ME system. Yeah. So, and let me show them one more thing. We have been doing bees. So I've started on bees. We got a squeezer to make some seed oil. I got a portable tank in there that's holding about 5 buckets right now. I've been making this honey drop because I got a bee beealyzer. And in order to scan the bees, you need some honey drops up here. And then there is actually the recipe for the beealyzer in case Link wants a piece. It wants one, it's already in there for him. And I'll show you what we've been working on and where we're at. But we'll eventually do an episode or a couple episodes on bees when we get to more of the advanced bees. But right now I'm trying to get a noble. And we're up to cultivated. And you mix the cultivated with the common, and then one of the chances to get a noble. These are I'm trying to get some purebred commons. So yeah, we're getting close. We already have the imperial ones, so we're good on that end of the family tree. We just need to get to the industrial ones, and then we can start on some real bees. This is a villager that I caught. His name is Bee's Knees. And he's unlocked the proven frames, this bee here, and then another apiary. So I'm hoping eventually he might have some deal where we can get those, what's those one frames called?
Oblivion?
The Oblivion frames, yes. So, we'll see.
And I just set this up for Renovate too.
Yeah,
we're already up to 72.
I needed some ink sacs, and he made me a little swimming pool. Woo-hoo.
We're already up to 72 ink sacs.
Did those just spawn in there, or did you go get them?
I went and got them.
Okay.
And used the jail Sabari net, so they shouldn't despawn.
Awesome.
Word, homie.
Yep. So that's going to be my episode, guys. I hope you learned something by that. We always do trial and error on our episodes, and we got this one to work.
We really don't mean to do trial and error.
No,
it just works out that
it
way.
just works that way. Sometimes the Infinity stuff works a little bit different, but we got that one worked out. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure you watch Link's video. He did some stuff on the other side, and make sure you hit up everybody that's in the description below. All their channels are down there from the FTOG server. And yeah, you got anything else, man?
I guess check out the FTOG mod pack.
Yeah, we got a new mod pack called Avant. It's on the Curse launcher.
Yep.
And I think you can just go to third-party packs, and it should be right there on the top, if I remember correctly.
It's running the new mods, which is awesome.
1.8.9. So yeah, go check that out. It's open to the public, so anybody can play on it. So go check it out.
Yep, and I think that's it.
That's it.
Next episode, Gaia battle.
Yep, we're gonna do the Gaia battle next episode. Stay tuned.
We're gonna get owned in the butt.
Probably.
Peace out.
Peace out.